Hello again, everyone. This is Charles Walhingford back again with another cigar pairing. And today I'm trying my best to say this, Michel Couvreur, or Couvreur. Think single malt. I'm pretty sure it's a blended whiskey, but all the places I've been to, they say single malt. But from what I read, it's a blended whiskey. It's a special, unusual blended whiskey uh, from Scotland, so it's Scotch, but then it's finished in France. I'll get back to you with more detail on that one. I'm pretty sure you're wondering what the heck that is. And alongside of this will be the Ogre, Asylum 13 Ogre. Oh, it doesn't look like the usual Ogre. Oh no, this is the Lancero Ogre. This is a more palatable, more reasonable cigar rather than that huge, humongous, I think was like a 70 gauge Ogre. All right, guys, I'll get back to you once the cigar heats up. Okay, we're now in the first third, well into the first third. And this combination right here is a match made in weirdo heaven. It was very difficult for me to figure out how I was going to pit a good cigar with this distilled spirit. Both of these are quite unusual in flavor, complexity, and what you're expecting to have. And then on top of that, to pair this successfully, you must be a genius. Maybe that's what I am. I know. Let me calm down a little bit. All right. So why is this going to work? And I'm going to be honest with you. This took a lot of time, a lot of experimentation. Now let me tell you about what's going on and why these two absolutely work. Okay, the Ogre. First off, a lot of times people do not like Lanceros. Lanceros are cigars that people tend to stay away from because of how much you have to baby them. You absolutely have to baby them for the fact that you cannot take big draws because you overheat the cigar. And then on top of that, you cannot just leave it alone because it'll go out. Now, also, Asylum 13 Ogre. This is not what most people on YouTube, if you've been on YouTube, you've seen this cigar a couple times. The big, huge Monsters Gordo. It's just so big, so ridiculous, because that is pretty much what they had out first. Slowly but surely, they realized that, okay, we're not going to sell these to people over and over again if we have these humongous sizes. At least that's what I think they said. So they dialed it back and made it a Lancero. The flavors are that together it's like a creamy vegetation, leathery, I wouldn't say mess, but mix. It's crazy amounts of flavors, and you're gonna have transition over and over and over again because of the barber pole. This is where the Michel Couvreur comes in. This is something that I'm just surprised to have. You have to baby this. Number one, I don't like very peaty scotches. This is a peaty scotch. This would, if you close your eyes, you would say this is definitely an Islay. Can't call it an Islay because it wasn't finished and bottled and everything in Islay. It was finished and bottled in France. But what does it give me? It gives me flavors of peat, sweet almond, brown sugar, spice, and then peat. Yes, I said peat twice because you taste the peat, you taste the other flavors, and then the peat on the finish. So let's combine the two. This is what I like. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, there is some canceling out. And canceling out usually hurts the score. But this canceling out for me, actually helps the score. Again, I don't like peat. And this Candela wrapper, believe it or not, does a counteracting effect, meaning fighting fire with fire. It calms the peat down a little bit. So if you're a person who likes peat, enjoys peat, you may not like this combination, or you actually might like this combination. If you don't like peat, this is a happy surprise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get back to you once I'm in the second third. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're in the second third right now. Now, what are we experiencing now we're in the second third? Now, there's going to be constant transition with this cigar. You're going to go in and out of that Candela Habano wrapper over and over again. So your palate will not fall asleep. Am I experiencing intensity in flavor? No, not so much. It was pretty consistent from the first third and all the way to up and now in the second third. Up to now in the second third. I don't like extra peaty scotches. That's not my thing. I shy away from Islay. And I'm pretty sure this is an Islay scotch. Well, originally it was an Islay scotch. Now, because it's technically blended, it's Islay Francais something. I know I'm being silly right now. Okay, what are we experiencing with this in the second third? You're gonna have constant transitions that's gonna be in all the way from the first third to the second third because of this barber pole. The barber pole with this Candela and Habano wrapper, and it's a constant movement of flavor. It's the same thing with this. It's a constant movement of flavor. That's why they work together so well. And they're canceling out things I don't like. I don't like that Candela. I don't like peat. And it's working out perfectly, absolutely perfectly. So usually I would knock this down a grade, but I'm going to call this a perfect pairing. I'm calling this a perfect pairing because of flavors that I wish I didn't have are being canceled out. That's a good thing, at least for me. Now, if you like that wonderful peatiness, this combination may not do you well. For me, it's working out great. Here's something that I tasted when I have the scotch, if that's what you want to call it. When I have the scotch, and directly after, take a draw or two or three, I taste a bit of cherry coming through, and that's really nice. Something I would not have had if I had this by itself or by itself. All right, let's go to the scoring. What do I score this? I will give this a 93. The reason why I give this a 93 is because of that cherry that comes through. Two, the canceling out, usually I would give less points for. It would be in 80s because that's that opening act main event type scenario. That's not happening. It's actually something I like. That canceling out is something I like and enjoy. I would not. I've done this before. And I want to tell you again, for this combination, I don't know what would work good with these two. These two are two unusual products, and these two unusual products work well together. I am positive these two unusual products may not work with other cigars or other distilled spirits. Now, there may be a exception to the rule. Maybe if I find another barber pole style cigar, they have a few readily available that may work out okay, but I would highly suggest having that Candela wrapper part of the scenario, part of the combination, but not completely. There are some cigars that give you pure Candela. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is the pairing. I hope you like that pairing. If this is your first time coming on here with me, please make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to comment. I'm Charles Walhingford, and I always ended these videos with a saying of some sort, and here it is. From Michael S. Forbes, Victory is sweetest when you know defeat.